welcome to the channel. All you gotta do is, well, I'll get this thing running so I can move it around my sloped yard. So this thing's sitting here for 6 months or something since I bought it. Rainy season's over, so I carpet off it, but lots of maple trees. Anticipated that working better than it did. Start this thing up and catch a bunch of maple leaves on fire. I'm not sure why, but I don't. So again, this is a project that I bought, so I'm not sure. These bolts don't appear to be tight, holding the fan on, which doesn't exist, but I'll just make those finger tight so the belt, the pulley doesn't fall off. Because, you know, safety first. Carburetor's been sitting for a while, so I'm going to need to pull that apart and do some cleaning on it. Let's just see if she'll run. I'm going to pull that carburetor off and give it a little once over. Alright, first things first. Got any oil in it? Oh yeah. Looks like it's Havilland graphite infused oil. Look at its color. No, you can't buy that stuff anymore. Alright. Oh, it appears to have a coil wire. Sure, the stuff in the gas tank is garbage, so I'm going to disconnect. Whenever it decides it wants to pump out of there, it's probably no good anyway. It does have a filter. The fact that the filter is prior to the pump is a little bit concerning. So I'm just going to get a wire cutter and cut that guy. Let's see if she'll crank. This battery has a date on it. '14, so it's 9 years old. Doubt that's going to be any good. Just put my battery under this terminal to keep it from jumping around and sparking on something important. Which on this car is everything. It's made out of metal. Alright, so one other concern I have is the shift linkage isn't on this thing, so I have a hunk of rock under that wheel in case it starts up and decides it wants to run away. Big rock under that wheel. Okay, here's my ignition switch. Oh, there it is. Radiator hose appears to be disconnected. And it's driving a popcorn fart in there, so let's at least put some water in it and see if it stays. So everybody's thinking, why do you have water in your fuel jug? It's a water jug. Just nobody uses them for water. Not really going to use this motor, but if anybody, I assume it runs. It was worth something to somebody, so I'm going to put water in here, make sure I don't do any damage to it. And if somebody wants to buy this thing, great. Probably a good motor. We shall find out. It's thirsty, I know that. Probably check and see if my foot's getting wet yet. Alright, I have a gusher. It's coming out of this, which is supposed to go to the heater, which doesn't exist. So, yeah, at least I know it's full. Won't hurt much. Okay. Looks like a vacuum line is kind of missing over here as well, but I won't keep it from running, so not going to worry too much about that. Okay, so here's my key. Jumper battery's dead, or I got a bad connection somewhere. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. That's not going to help anybody. Wrench, tighten that up. I smell something burning. It's probably normal. Hand with this key. Wonder if this is the point where I hit the starter with a hammer. Yep. Appears to be grounded, and that one appears to go to the starter. So let's try going directly to the starter. I have a feeling the starter just needs a big whack with there we go. So starter works. Alright, cranks over. I'm going to guess, since I hot wired it, that we don't have power to the coil. I might have a solution for that somewhere. So we'll go get that solution. And a couple other tools. Some pretty tidy wiring in here, considering 50-year-old car that I didn't pay much money for. Okay. Alright, so hot wire. This is the positive side of the coil. Power over here. Alright. Making sparkies like should. Some pretty big sparkies. Leave that disconnected for now. connecting this fuel line in a spot that's higher than the fuel tank so it doesn't, well, siphon itself. The kerosene siphon out of there. So I'm just going to route this through here. Got to put the gas somewhere. Right there's gas. Don't believe everything you read, but in this case it's good. That'll be enough. Alright. Plug your gas. So if the car starts up, it'll knock that over and we'll be in big trouble. So that's a line. Third here. Alright. See what we got. Okay. I think I'm going to need to get a hose and put it from the outside of the pump to basically a bypass hose for the heater. It's going to make a big mess otherwise. I'll take care of that now. 6.58. Almost certainly be long enough. I'm doing it professionally, the clamp and everything. Okay, well maybe not professional. Clamp on one side. Alright. Top this thing off. Water. Yeah, perfection. All right. Second attempt. First attempt kind of worked. So. Okay, we ran out of fuel. Kids at home doing this. This is the wrong way, but it works. I got nothing in the float bowls yet. Oh, in gear. That's good to know. Move that way. That means transmission works. So I should probably figure it out and get it out of gear. That will be boring. Okay, I think it's out of gear now. Let's try this again. Mas petrol, por favor. Lots of gurgling. I don't think we're getting any fuel. We do have a big vacuum leak over here. I should probably... Oh yeah, that's crunchy. Huh? It's not drier than the popcorn part. Let's see, when we crank that over, if we get any fuel. Alright, we're getting some fuel out of there now. Could be the floats are just stuck because it's been sitting so long. So I may have to pull the carburetor off. Give it a couple of been sitting a long time, so I doubt that's going to help, but pump is working. It probably didn't get past the float bowl. So it's not going to work. I'm going to need to pull that carburetor off and clean it out, and we should have a runner on our hands in a few hours here. The carburetor's cleaned up, put back on. A couple of things I noticed is the throttle linkage is all bent to shit, as well as the stop, so that's not right. And then if you try to go to full throttle, this lever over here hits these fancy valve covers. So hopefully they weren't looking for performance with this particular setup, because I don't think they were getting it. So we'll see if it'll, got the gas cap fan in here now. So we'll just crank it a bit and get some fluid, some gasoline into the carburetor. Here. So we can get her to start up for real, stay running. Prime it a bit, like before. Here's some key. Well, seems like a runner. What I had to do was put my finger over this picture here. So this got a vacuum leak right there, so I was just holding my finger over that. And then I adjusted the throttle, or the idle stop, so I'm not sure if the ignition's correctly timed or anything, but yeah, I think it's good enough for me to start it up and drive it into the garage. This is the thing I was talking about earlier, where I try to go with full throttle, it smashes into the valve cover. Yeah, it's not going to help. There's no big dent there though, so apparently they never tried that. So I think I'll just put a plug on that, and it seems to go when it's in gear, so I think I'm in good shape. Stay tuned for more episodes. Thanks for watching. If you like this content and want more, subscribe, like, and share.